Welcome to the Stan Sheriff Center. The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. The Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii ranked 9th in the country, hosting the Cal Baptist Lancers coming in at number 14 in the nation. 14-14 overall, 6-14 in the MPSF. Hawaii 14-11, 9-11, and locked in as the 7th seed in the upcoming MPSF postseason tournament. And Roy Powell serves first for the Lancers. First set goes outside to Siki Zarkovic, and he's dug up. Nice play there by Emmett Enriquez. Back row set goes to Rocky DeLion. Good diving save by Stein von Tilburg. Zarkovic is blocked, and then it goes back over the net. Lancers on the attack, middle set. That's Enrique Garcia. Now Siki a third time, and a third time was not the charm as he got a roof. Rohit Paul, 6'3", sophomore. Looked like he got the most of that stuff.
Solid rally for both teams. Some pretty good defense going on. Siki almost picking up that kill on his first swing, but CBU making a great save into the stands.
So Powell will serve, 1 serving 0, make it 1-1. Kanoa Leahy, Chris McLaughlin here courtside, coming to you from the Stan Sheriff Center, and it'll be the first appearance for head coach Derek Schmidt in his 2nd year as head coach here at the SSC. First time he's been in this beautiful facility. Good dig there by Kupono Fei. So Joe Worsley, the freshman setter, goes outside to Siki. 2-hand save the Lion. Fellow Hawaii guy. Enriquez keeping it alive. Free chance now for Hawaii. Siki against a solo block. Terminates. Siki Zarkovic coming off of a couple of, let's just be honest, lackluster performances on the road against UC Santa Barbara, which was ironic because the last time he was in this building, he was setting the world aflame.
Funny to see the Jekyll and Hyde maneuver hit negative both nights.
Rohit Paul blocked and roof. No, that will be just wide of the sideline. Stein von Tilburg was celebrating. He was standing right there. He thought that Rohit Paul had allowed the roof to drop inbounds, but instead it goes off the block and out. So 2 serving 2.
Van Tilburg had the better look. He was closer. He should have been the linesman.
Give him one of those flags.
There you go.
Here's Rohit Paul with the jump serve past Kobe Kanetake. Middle set, Nainoa Frank bringing the thunder, averaging 1.6 kills per set as we take a look at that last von Tilburg block and see if we can tell where it lands. Ooh. It was awfully close.
It is awfully close. There's Nainoa Frank. What a great swing. Last weekend, 15 kills, no errors at Santa Barbara. Had a huge weekend, hitting .590 for the weekend.
Enrique Di Diego Garcia, meanwhile, 6'5" sophomore from Madrid, Spain. Able to pulverize that set. It's 3 serving 3. But yeah, Nainoa Frank, he has been the embodiment of consistency, hitting .527 on the year. Here's Garcia. Pass Kanetake. Worsley goes middle set to Frank, and he does it again. Now, ironically, going into the season, one of the big question marks for Charlie Wade was that middle position because of what they lost last year in Taylor Averill and Davis Holt. But now, that's the position that's probably most locked down because of this guy right here.
Yeah, and they were the most effective attackers at Santa Barbara last weekend.
Good looking swing there from the opposite position. That's Roy Powell, 6'6" senior from Hollister, California.
Henrik Moll last weekend had 9 kills, 1 error, hit .500. Nainoa, 15 kills, no errors, hit .590.
Arturo Iglesias with the serve. Low pass, low set, and then the triple block gobbling up Kupono Fei. So the Lancers coming into this weekend with an opportunity to still qualify for the MPSF tournament. A whole lot to play for, and off to a pretty solid start here. They have set a certain bar as far as their focus.
They need to win at least one of these matches. You can tell they're putting a premium on serving. They would love to get Hawaii out of system by serving tough. So they've been taking a lot of chances from behind the service line.
So 5 serving 5. Entering the week, it was a 3-way tie for that last spot in the MPSF tournament. CSUN, UC Irvine, and Cal Baptist. As an ace is dealt out of the deck by Stein von Tilburg. Irvine, who welcomed back Tamir Hershko, by the way, able to defeat CSUN. And so CSUN basically out of the equation. Cal Baptist owns the tiebreaker with UC Irvine. So Cal Baptist needs to at least match the Anteaters to clinch a spot in the postseason, as that one misses long off of the palm of Roy Powell, and Hawaii up a couple of points now.
It's really interesting how that number 8 seed is going to be determined. You never know. The number 8 seed, will have to go to BYU most likely. Coach Smith was saying, how about going to the 2 best arenas on 2 weekends in a row?
Oh, good dig for a moment by Von Tilburg, but Roy Powell bringing the power. Transfer from El Camino Junior College in 2014.
He was talking about playing in State Sheriff Center one weekend, and then the following weekend going up to play at the Smith Center in BYU in Provo.
Second season for head coach Derek Schmidt. Here's Kupono-Fei on the outside, and he puts it down the line and in. Yeah, that's somewhat of a dubious reward, right, for winning at least one match here in this building this weekend, which is what they're going to have to do to give themselves a chance at the postseason. The reward is possibly going to Provo, one of the absolute toughest places to play in all the land.
Yeah.
8 serving 6. That one tickles the tape and finds its way out.
Watch for Hawaii to hopefully be motivated by the fact that even the number 7 seed in the past has won the league tournament. Santa Barbara did it a few years ago, went on to the national championship final match.
Siki Zarkovic through the block and down. That's his 2nd kill on his 6th attempt.
He matched his entire kill total for night number 1 at Santa Barbara, when he has 2 kills, 3 errors, and 8 tries.
I mean, just a head scratcher. I mean, this is a guy in Siki Zarkovic who is 3rd in the MPSF, 9th in the nation in kills per set. Dug up over the net by Hendrik Moll. Middle set, that goes to Garcia, dug up by Von Tilburg. Joust at the net, and it was hovering above the tape and finally placed down by Cal Baptist Arturo Iglesias.
Trying to lay up off the net, trying to mishandle the ball right here. He thought that was a held ball by Iglesias.
I think that Garcia putting that one down. Staying with the play, 8 serving 9 now. Middle set, and that's Nainoa Frank, and it's Groundhog Day right now for Nainoa.
It is. It continues his errorless ways. Errorless to Santa Barbara last weekend. Errorless tonight. 3 kills, no errors, hitting 1,000.
Yeah, making his 7th straight start here tonight. He has not committed an error in over 3 matches. Garcia dug up by Fay, chased down on the 2nd touch by Worsley, and 2-handed over by Stein. So chance here now for the Lancers. They go outside where Paul dug up back over the net. They go opposite side this time, but the adjusted approach gives Hawaii a chance. Frank in the middle, hits it long. And that is a point for Cal Baptist, and you are looking at me.
Or did we jinx him?
You are looking at me.
It's a joint affair. We both mentioned he was errorless.
Yeah.
It was like calling a no-hitter in baseball, right? You just don't say it.
You're not supposed to talk about it, but we're announcers. You're supposed to talk about that stuff.
There you go.
But our apologies to the Frank family anyway. Outside, the set goes to Von Tilburg, and he hits that one into the twine. And we're knotted at 10. Now, Hawaii again locked into that number 7 spot. So they will play the 2nd seed. And the top 4 still jumbled up, so they don't know exactly who that opponent in the opening round of the MPSF tournament will be. But
we will know by game time tomorrow night, though.
We will. And Paul serves it into the net. But we were saying in the pregame, Chris, it's not as though Hawaii has the privilege of sort of just taking it easy, taking a couple of nights off. They need to be playing well going into the playoffs.
Absolutely. And what better chance to sharpen up here at home, one of the nights being senior night, and really start fine-tuning their offense, playing better defense, fine-tuning their passing. It's a perfect opportunity to prepare for the playoffs. Not a time to be putting it into cruise mode.
And we may have some blood possibly on the floor. There's some time being taken. It's Nainoa Frank running over to the end of the Hawaii bench. As you take a look at Charlie Wade, a little halt in the action here in his 7th season. And Renee Shigemura and company will get to work here. Looks like they may have to clean up something, whether it be with regard to Nainoa Frank, and there it is. There's the little slash on the arm. So they're going to take care of that stuff before we resume action.
Will she take care of Nainoa first on the floor? Or will she send a delegate out to the floor? Looks like she's going to do Nainoa first, then the floor.
Well, while we have a chance here, why don't we take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match? Chris McLaughlin.
Well, for Cal Baptist, it's 2 scoops rice. What else? Instead of 2 scoops rice, it's really 2 local boys. Rocky DeLion from Maui, playing for Seabury Hall, had a great career there. And Emma Enriquez from the Big Island, played for Kamehameha School, Big Island. 2 local boys who need to lead the way. And for Hawaii, it's the bounce back factor. Can they show their resilience and get motivated tonight and bounce back from the dismal outing last weekend at Santa Barbara? Only time will tell if the motivation shows up.
And there's a look right there. The 2 local boys on the Cal Baptist squad in the shot right there. Rocky DeLion and Emmett Enriquez in the libero jersey. Enriquez a freshman, Rocky DeLion a senior. Those 2 have been strong contributors this year. DeLion, the guy who has seen the transition for Cal Baptist from the NAIA to the NCAA, as out of the pause in action, Siki Zarkovic gets them loud again here at the Stan Sheriff Center with the ace.
And that is so hard to come in and rip a serve like Siki just did just then after that kind of delay. Usually kind of work into that heater. He just went right into it. There it is again.
Pass by Enriquez. Backside set goes to Powell, and he's able to plug it through that block and down.
Harry Powell, a junior college transfer from El Camino College. He's been their most consistent server, serving at well above 60 miles an hour. It's been his strong point.
Here's Enrique Di Diego Garcia, and he responds with an ace of his own.
And against, of all people, arguably Hawaii's best passer, Colby Kanataki, but the cable got in the way there. Very tough to adjust to that when a serve comes over, hits the cable, and changes flight pattern.
9th ace on the season for Garcia. Took a little something off the second time. Back row set to Zarkovic, and that was a blast. Net violation called against the Lancers, so either way you look at it, that's a point for Hawaii, and they jump in front.
Siki certainly is bringing it tonight. His arm looks alive from behind the service line, from behind the 3-meter line. When he's taking his swings from front left.
Nainoa Frank with the serve. Outside set. This is DeLion. Goes off the block and out. He is their top hitter. 2.74 kills per set. Leads the team in aces. Is also second on the team in digs and blocks. He is an all-around force, no doubt.
One of the reasons why he is their floor captain and leader.
Graduate of Seabury Hall in 2013. First team All-MIL all 4 seasons in high school, and then showing up at the net right there.
Wow, what a block on Tilburg. DeLion goes up high, pushes this ball back into the court. Perfect form.
So it is Cal Baptist up 1. Middle set, Hendrik Mole able to get the side and the point back for the Rainbow Warriors. And we're going to see the substitution of Jennings Franciscovich into the match. In for the freshman Joe Worsley. Franciscovich, the second team All-MPSF and All-American Honorable Mention last season. Now taking on the setting responsibilities. Right there is Kevin Vaz, 6'6" junior from Miami, putting Cal Baptist on 15 first. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back. Series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leading the series 7-3 last meeting, February 13th, 2015. And Hawaii winning by virtue of a sweep. In 2014, Cal Baptist played a pair of matches here in the Stan Sheriff Center. Both of those matches went 4 sets. Ironically, Rocky DeLion, the Maui boy and senior for the Lancers, did not make that trip. So this is actually his first visit to the Stan Sheriff Center. So a good thrill for him in this, his senior campaign. And he serves out of the timeout. Outside set to Kuponofe. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. And that's a point for Hawaii. They draw even at 15. Now, Jennings Franciscovich has been inserted into the match, but you can actually formally refer to that as a reinsertion. He was introduced as a starter. And for Franciskovic, it would be the first time in 8 matches that he has been a starter. But as it turns out, it was a mix-up in the original lineup sheet. And so Joe Worsley was immediately put in as a substitute. But now Franciskovic reinserted into the match, and he gets the assist right there to Kuponove.
Great dig by Coleman Kanataki. Digs it all the way up to the scoreboard. Franciskovic puts up a perfect pipe set that time to Kuponove.
16 serving 15. Here's Faye. Punahograd sends it into the corner. Paul denied access. Franciskovic and Hendrik Moll, and that is certainly something that Jennings Franciskovic at 6'5" brings to the table.
And the fact he touches 12 feet, that helps too.
Yeah, he's got a jetpack on his back, that's for sure. He can get up off of the ground. 17 serving 15. Middle set, and that's Vaz, misses wide, no touch, point Hawaii, they're up 3.
Finally, a couple of errors by the Lancers. They've only had 1 error up to the 15th point. Hawaii had 5 hitting errors. Lancers catching up.
Timeout, Cal Baptist, Hawaii by 3.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Straw and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
It's an 18-15 advantage here in the opening stanza for the home team Rainbow Warriors, and Kuponove out of the break with the serve. The pass by Emmett Enriquez. Opposite side set goes to Powell. Great dig by Faye. Franciskovic outside to Zarkovic, block, but he bumps it back over. Lancers on the attack. They go to Vaz in the middle, blocked by Moll. Vaz a second time. This time puts it to the Terraflex. Kevin Vaz, 6'6", 220-pound junior. Physically imposing, to say the least.
Transferred at the semester from a junior college, Irvine Valley College, and only got a few practices in before their first match.
Here's Jackson Burge, 6'7" junior from Glendale, Arizona. He comes in to serve. Pass by Faye, puts it on the money. Franciskovic out to Siki through the block and down. And that's kill number 4 for Zarkovic to lead the way for Hawaii.
This is the Siki we remember when he played Irvine. He had like every other ball was a kill. Yeah. Every other set went to him. And he carried the Rainbows on his shoulders that weekend.
A couple of 5-set wins for Hawaii that weekend, and Siki Zarkovic going for a career-high 25 kills in each of those matches. Brett Rosenmeyer now, the freshman out of Virginia Beach, sends it into the net. Rosenmeyer, who has been seeing a little bit more action here as of late, primarily as a server, but did have 7 kills in each of the losses at UCSB last week. He now heads back to the bench. And Powell will serve for the Lancers. Tickles the tape. Heads up play there by Franciskovic. So Kanetake sets Zarkovic, who gets roofed. The triple block was up, and it was Enrique Di Diego Garcia in the middle of it.
Alert play that time by Franciskovic to take that ball off the net. And Kanetake put up a pretty good set, but there were 6 hands across of all Lancers for Siki.
So a timeout taken by Charlie Wade. He doesn't want Hawaii to lose its grip on this opening set at this very important juncture. We take a look at the MPSF standings. Now, Hawaii's opponent in the opening round of the MPSF tournament could be any one of those 4 teams at the top. We will know tomorrow night. Meanwhile, Hawaii is locked in at the 7th spot, and the battle right now, the question is, will it be UC Irvine or Cal Baptist in that 8th and final position? Meanwhile, the Jack Fact tonight, Hawaii's MPSF tourney opponent scenarios. Now, it will be BYU. As you see, if USC defeats BYU, Stanford defeats UC Santa Barbara,
That's
it could be...
Let's stop you right there.
Yeah.
That's an unlikely scenario.
You're absolutely
unlikely
right.
Hawaii will go to Provo.
Yeah. Stanford, UCLA, Long Beach State, you see some of what would have to transpire for each of those opponents. But, yeah, it looks as though right now the least likely scenario would be Hawaii going to Provo. And I'm pretty sure Charlie Wade and company not all that bummed about that.
Yeah, totally. I think, the 8th place team will definitely go to Provo. I think that Hawaii could go to Stanford, UCLA, or Long Beach.
I mean, it's kind of amazing.
Most likely Stanford or UCLA is my guess.
I mean, it's kind of amazing you get this deep into the regular season, the final weekend, and yet still so many question marks as to the alignment of the postseason tournament.
Hey, it's the MPSF.
There you go.
Every night's a tough one.
That's all you need to say. Meanwhile, Charlie Wade saying, hey, look, Provo's tough, but when we played at Stanford this year, and this is Charlie Wade saying this, he thought that they played maybe their worst couple of matches of the year over there.
Yeah.
Good serve by Powell, forces the overpass. Middle set, Garcia, diving pancake save, Kanetake. Here's Faye through the triple block and down. And Kobe Kanetake, who tomorrow will be among the 3 seniors honored, busting out the spatula.
He's definitely snuck it under, got between ball and the floor. Kobe knows how to do that as well as anybody. Kapono Faye with 4 kills now.
So Worsley back in to serve. Delayed seconds to DeLion, dug up by Worsley. Back bump set. Kanetake to Zarkovic, diving save Enriquez. Here's Powell off the fingertips of the block. Faye got a hand on it, but it sails out. And we got a 1-point contest here in the opening set. So yeah, if it turns out to be Stanford that is Hawaii's opponent, they'll go to a place where Hawaii won just 1 set in 2 matches, and as Charlie Wade said, didn't feel like they played very well at all. Nainoa Frank has been playing very well for Hawaii, making his 7th straight start tonight, his 8th overall of the season, and he, along with Hendrik Moll, have really locked down that middle spot.
I think Hawaii and Stanford was playing really well at that time as well.
Good touch there by Faye. Now a little joust at the net, and it's sent back over. Chance for Hawaii here. Worsley goes backside to Von Tilburg, and he finishes the deal.
Hawaii showing some feistiness, some scrap right there. Good to see them playing like that, playing with some motivation that we talked about. We thought that might be missing tonight. Instead, they're looking for redemption from last week's not so good performances at Santa Barbara.
Derek Schmidt calling for a timeout. And yeah, good read that time by Kapono Faye on what was the second touch dump attempt by Arturo Iglesias. So yeah, we're seeing some feistiness, as you said, out of Hawaii. And that was the question going in, right? Motivation. Which team would benefit from the varying degrees of motivation brought into this match on either side of the net?
Clearly, Cal Baptist has a lot of motivation because they can win a playoff spot. Hawaii, a different kind of motivation, and if they want to start getting sharper for the playoffs.
UH fans, select your exact seat locations when purchasing individual game tickets at hawaiiathletics.com. Click on the tickets button to print your tickets. Avoid the lines by going online.
How about the set distribution so far for Hawaii? Nainoa Frank, 4 kills. Zarkovic, 4 kills. Kapono Faye, 4 kills. 2 pin hitters and a middle.
Hawaii hitting .308 as a squad compared to .250 for Cal Baptist.
Cal Baptist, Powell leading the way with 4 kills.
Of course, final homestand, and that means that the seniors will be honored. Kobe Kanetake, Siki Zarkovic, 2 of the seniors who will go down in history as 2 of the very best to wear the uniform. Also Brandon Healy, who has not received as much playing time through his couple years here with the program, but he will be honored as well, and a guy who Charlie Wade has been so high on when talking about what he has meant to the team from a sort of spiritual leader type of standpoint, and being an effort guy that has helped to raise the bar in the gym. And a lift call against Hawaii. It's going to be a point for Cal Baptist out of the timeout.
Brandon Healy, every time he's had a chance to play, he has really played well. He actually had some good numbers he put up against Santa Barbara on set number 3 on night number 2 there. And clearly he's been a fire plug in the gym on that B side.
And there's a look at Brandon Healy, senior from Redondo Beach, California. Big-time martial artist, a second-degree black belt, and a guy who Charlie Wade says works out in an insane type of way. As Cody Jackson sends it into the net, and a big break for Hawaii. They get to 23 serving 20, and hey, right on cue, you talk about him, and in comes Brandon Healy. This will be the 6th set that Brandon Healy has participated in this season. He is considering a career as a pilot or a combat pararescueman in the Air Force, so he's got some plans.
Pretty good jump serve there, puts him out of system.
Outside, it's DeLion, dug up by Worsley. Zarkovich sets up on Tilburg, hard angle, goes off the block, right there is Siki. So Worsley goes to Zarkovich from the back row, and he lays the smack down.
Siki is returning to his old form from 2 weeks ago when he lit up UC Irvine.
Was that just a promposal that we saw from one of the fans in the crowd? We'll have to revisit that. It's aloha ball for Hawaii here in the first. Good serve again by Healy. Outside, it's DeLion, and he extends this opening set. Kill number 3 for the Kula Maui native.
I'll tell you who's almost gone unnoticed has been Emmett Enriquez. He's been passed up some beautiful balls of hard-driven serves by Hawaii. Emmett Enriquez, the freshman from Peru, from Cam School, Hawaii.
Arturo Iglesias on to serve. 21 serving 24. Still aloha ball here for Hawaii in the first. Stein to finish it. He does. And Hawaii takes set number 1, 25-21. And they get the jump on Cal Baptist. Hawaii already locked into the MPSF postseason. The Lancers got some work to do.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Order Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Hawaii taking the first set 25-21, hitting .345 as a team. Siki Zarkovich 5 kills on 12 swings, Chris. He hit .250.
Most of those swings are from the left, but he's got some back row as well. Here's service ace from Siki. That came out of a timeout. Tough to do. And there's Siki again on the left. Rocky DeLion from Maui. He put up some pretty good numbers as well. Nice little hit off the block there. But what I think DeLion did best was he had a block solo right there. And he had another block assist. So he's getting the job done all over the place.
3 kills, no errors on 6 swings for Rocky DeLion.
The pride of Seabury. Coach Schmidt tells me he's also a great student, about a 3.75 student in mechanical engineering. Not an easy major.
No. He was actually set to graduate later this month with a degree in mechanical engineering.
The 27 aces to lead the team, leads him in kills per set as well.
Mentioned out of Seabury Hall, where he helped lead that team to a Division II state title as a sophomore. Still the only championship in the sport for an MIL team.
First team All-MIL 4 years in a row.
And he has been with this Cal Baptist team for their 4 years since transitioning from NAIA to the NCAA. 2013 was the first year, was officially the transition year, and ironically, Cal Baptist was good enough record-wise to make it to the MPSF postseason that first year, but they weren't eligible because that was their transition year. Now, they haven't been close the last couple of years. This year would mark, if they're able to get in, their first ever MPSF postseason.
Exactly, and that's another reason why they should be motivated this weekend. All they need is one win, and that should wrap it up.
Hashtag antenna issues. As Enrique De Diego Garcia taking a look at things and helping the crew out. By the way, the officiating crew, Donna Hess is the top referee. Ernie Ho down on the floor. Darren Chun and Sam Montalvo, the line judges. Now, I'm wondering why Rocky DeLion, the mechanical engineer, isn't taking over here in this particular scenario.
I forgot to mention he was all MPSF, all academic for the last 2 years.
Well, we've had a couple of delays here already in this match. We had the blood trickling off of the forearm of Nainoa Frank, and here we've got a bit of an equipment malfunction. And you gotta love Garcia, who is doing whatever he can to help expedite this process. Garcia, heck of a player, 5th in the MPSF in kill percentage. And with his current percentage, at least entering tonight's match, .471 on the year, that would be second best in Cal Baptist history. But we are now playing here in set number 2, and the Lancers on the attack. Backside set goes to Powell through the block, dug up by Fay. Worsley, quick middle set to Frank, but it was too low for him to handle, and he punches it long. Second hitting error for Frank since we mentioned that he hadn't committed a hitting error in over 3 matches.
Our fault. Our bad.
1-0. Here's Powell. Pass by Kanetake. Perfectly done. Here's Siki from the opposite side. Good one-hand punch save by Enriquez. Outside it's Paul. Off-speed hit. Diving save Worsley. Bumps it by Frank to Siki. Roll shot. Works.
Siki just has an uncanny way of getting the defense back on their heels. He pulls out these drop shots that fall on empty space. Frustrated Lions, or frustrated Lancers all around.
6th kill for Zarkovich. Serve goes long, though, and it'll be 2 serving 1 in favor of Cal Baptist. Hawaii taking the first set 25-21. Here is Rohit Paul, 6'3" sophomore from Clovis, California. Out of Clovis High School, where he set the career mark for kills. Nainoa Frank off the block. Good effort there to get it back over by Powell. The swing blocked, but Hawaii keeps it alive. Now Stein from the opposite side. Wasn't the cleanest of transitions, certainly, but the job was done.
Stein's eyes got big there when he saw only one blocker. He tried too hard to bury the ball inside the 3-meter line. And we see his 0 hitting percentage last week on night number 2 against Santa Barbara.
Frank with the serve. Pass Enriquez to Beauty. Garcia in the middle, dug up by Zarkovich. Here's Siki from the back row. Triple block was up, and it didn't matter.
Zarkovich would kill number 7, lead all attackers on the court.
And it'll be Frank again to serve.
One of my keys for tonight was the bounce back factor. Well, certainly Siki has more than bounced back so far.
Enriquez, good pass there. Outside it goes to DeLion. The dink saved by Worsley. Put over on the second touch by Zarkovich. Lancers weren't fooled. Now Paul from the back row. And he gets blanketed. Kupono Fay.
We saw a couple of things there we haven't seen all year. One was Siki Zarkovich with a little side dump, and here's Kupono Fay with a King Kong one-arm block.
Talk to the hand, Kupono Fay says.
There you go.
And it's 4 serving 2. And Frank jacks that one long. So Cal Baptist will have it now 3 serving 4. Garcia. With the serve. A pass by Zarkovich. Outside it goes to Fay. Big windup. And he unleashed a laser beam right there, Chris.
He loves that little cross-body shot down the line. Teams that take that away, in general, have more success blocking, and they force him to go cross court. But Cal Baptist right now taking his angle. He says, fine, I'll take my favorite shot.
Into the net it goes from Von Tilburg. Kupono Fay, 3rd on the team with 2.56 kills per set. He's hitting .229 on the season. Interestingly enough, he's actually the team leader in solo blocks coming into tonight's match. He's got 11 of those.
Normally the middle attacker leads in that particular category.
Middle set. Hendrik Moe blocked back. Von Tilburg saves it. May have been an out ball, but it was close. Here's Fay off the block and in. He's roofed. It was Kevin Vaz teamed up with Roy Powell on the denial.
Solid block by Vaz and Powell. do a really nice job. Their timing's good, penetration is good, forehands across. Nice Lancer wall.
So Iglesias will serve. We're knotted up at 5. Back row set to Zarkovic, deep corner. And that's a point for Hawaii. They sort of handcuffed Darren Chun over there, the line judge. So the top referee, Donna Hess, making the call and giving the kill to Siki.
Yeah, he has trouble getting out of the way there, so he called it out. But luckily Donna Hess was watching, and she got the right call. 3 serving errors in the last 5 tries for Hawaii. Not a good sign. This is as soon as you start gathering some momentum, next thing you know, the services into the net or out just kill the rallies.
A good server here, DeLion, the team leader in aces. Worsley unable to put that one down. DeLion sends a freebie over the net. Outside set goes to Zarkovic, the dink, diving save by Iglesias. So Enriquez sets up Powell. That's blocked. Right there's DeLion. Middle set, Vaz. Blocked and roofed. Hendrik Moll with the solo deal.
Hendrik Moll, what a job he's done in the middle. Having to learn a brand new position. He's played outside, he's played opposite. He's going to learn how to play middle. Nice little read, little shuffle step to the right, taking away Vaz's cross-court shot.
And that's Hendricks' 11th solo block of the season, so he's now tied with Kupono Fe for the team lead in that category.
Moll, real student of the game, watches a lot of video, studies the game.
And he's now
great beach player. Unfortunately, he's also got a little infectious disease going around right now, which is missed serves in the second set.
It's extremely contagious here on the Rainbow Warriors side of the net. That's their 7th service error overall. But Kevin Vaz wants to get in on the action in that realm. So maybe it's contagious to the other side of the twine, too. That's service error number 5 for Cal Baptist. And it's become a battle of service attrition here in set number 2. Here's Joe Worsley with the serve. Powell. Zarkovic got a touch on it, but a little too much thunder from Roy Powell.
There were some fans behind us yelling, "Yay!" when the serve went in. Because Hawaii's, Cal Baptist has got 8 points so far. 5 of the points have been Hawaii serves out or into the net. Not to take anything away from Cal Baptist, but
it's good to see that.
Great serve by Powell.
Good to see that sarcasm isn't beyond the Stan Sheriff Center crowd here. Garcia blocked back. And that'll be a roof, and I know if Frank gets that one.
I'm going to ask you, the most improved position for Hawaii this year? Middle attackers, by far. They've come a long way.
Iglesias sets up Powell. Was there a touch? The officials look around the horn. No touch. It goes out, and that's a point for the Rainbow Warriors.
I'll tell you, Kobe Kanataki did everything he could to try to touch it, though. He thought the ball was going in. He couldn't get on top of it in time.
66-mile-an-hour serve from Zarkovic there. Paul is blocked, and it goes out of play. One of the harder serves that we've seen from Siki Zarkovic this year.
He's really bringing the heat tonight from behind the service line.
So 9 serving 10. We're creeping along here in the second. Good pass by Kanetake. Middle set. Frank missed it wide. And it's a point for Cal Baptist. And we're tied for the 7th time here in set number 2.
Here we go, boy. Nice pass, Colby. Here we go. Yeah.
And the crowd's sitting on their hands a little bit here, just sort of waiting for some rhythm to get behind. Here's Siki from the back row. No blockers up, but there was Emmett Enriquez to keep it alive. Free ball coming here for Hawaii. Worsley goes backside to Von Tilburg. And Von Tilburg gets kill number 4.
Von Tilburg showing some emotion there after the play. He knows he's got 1 up only. Middle blocker Iglesias. Diego Garcia went up in the middle with Hendrik Moll.
So 11 serving 10. The pass by Enriquez on the Frank serve. DeLion, that didn't get above the tape. And that's going to be DeLion's first hitting error of the evening. And it'll mean a point for the Rainbow Warriors. They're up a deuce.
I think Rocky saw the line open up. He tried to cut it back across his body, dropped his arm, went right in the cable against the 4 touches.
Off-speed knuckler there by Frank. DeLion from off the net at the fingertips of the block. Frank with the dig. Here's Siki from the back row. And Enrique De Diego Garcia in the middle of that stuff for Cal Baptist.
10th leading blocker in the MPSF. Solid at the net. Also a great attacker. 471 he's hitting on the year. Which puts him at number 3 in the NC2A.
Tickles the tape on the serve. Worsley goes outside to Fay, rises up and tools the block for a Hawaii point. Kupono Fay putting a good night together. He's now got 6 kills on 8 swings, hitting 500.
Again, that's a big improvement on last weekend as well. He's got a good bounce back going on. Last weekend hit 111 one night. Second night hit 0.
Overpass, and Fay puts it down. So Kupono leaving his fingerprints all over the first set plus here tonight.
He immediately gives credit, as he should, to Van Tilburg. He's the guy who served the ball so well it forced the overpass. All Fay had to do was jump straight up, put the ball straight down. Easy for him.
Van Tilburg, who is a force at the service line. Actually, the team leader in aces coming into tonight with 17. But good to see him finding some success swinging at the net, too. Remember, he hit double-digit kills in his first 7 matches. He's a freshman. Then kind of hit that freshman lull, if you will, but he's hit double figures in 5 of his last 7 matches this season as DeLion goes off the block and out.
Yeah, Van Tilburg, how about the way he started off the year as a freshman? 14 kills, no errors, 15 tries, hit .933 his first time out. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, it was National Freshman of the Week twice in the opening month of the season. Iglesias with the serve. Here's Stein from the back row. One-hand save by Enriquez. That was beautiful. The roll shot, diving save by Van Tilburg. Fay, he'll do a roll shot, and Enriquez right there. Backside set goes to Powell off the block. Good chase down by Stein. Siki from the back row. The dink. Vaz got a touch on it. Kept it alive. Here's DeLion. Blocked. And out it goes. Point for Cal Baptist, and the Lancers win a lengthy one.
It's the kind of rally that can give the Lancers a lot of confidence in playing against Hawaii as they get used to playing in this iconic gymnasium, if you will.
13 serving 14. Lancers creeping. Here's Fay on the outside, trying to go down the line, and it's in. That's a point for Hawaii. Kupono Fay matching Siki Zarkovic with 8 kills. Hawaii reaches 15 first.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or online at BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection, including delicious chocolate-dipped shortbreads.
You see waiting in the tunnel here at the Stan Sheriff Center, Laura Beeman and the Rainbow Wahine basketball team, fresh off of their NCAA tournament appearance and Big West Conference tournament championship. I mean, this had to have been the greatest achievement for University of Hawaii basketball in a general sense, for both the men and the women to have won their respective conference tournaments and punched automatic berth tickets into the NCAA tournament. And they will be honored, it appears, here at the end of this second set. Good little scramble play. Kanetake bump sets to Zarkovic, he'll get a second crack at it. Over the block, and he gets it down off the touch. So Hawaii able to establish a little breathing room. They're up 3.
Oh, I love the back bump set that time by Kanetake. So difficult to do, and he put it right in the money for Zarkovic, right where he wanted it.
So 16 serving 13. Here's Fay. DeLion, Boston roof. Zarkovic putting up the wall.
Siki having a big night on the service line, attacking from the 3-meter line. They got some great digs in the back row, and now a big block.
So the visit from the Rainbow Roofers, they've got 5.5 team block compared to 7.5 for Cal Baptist. And Kupono Faye lays the ace down on the table. Timeout taken by the Lancers. Hawaii has opened up a 5-digit lead. Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3 Hawaii career digs. Kobe Kanetake currently 3rd on the all-time list, and a couple of good ones above him. Rick Cervantes and Alfred Reft. 1 and 2.
Alfie went on to play on the national team, so he's in good company. There's his parents up there, Donna and Ken, and all the rest of the gang, the Kobe Kanetake gang.
Oh, the Kobe Club.
So Kobe needs 60 more digs to go. He's got a minimum of 3 games. He's got to get 10 per match. Doable.
It's doable.
But it'd be nice if he went 5 sets. That's what he really wants to do it.
Powell misses the court wide. But the Kobe Club that has made its way out to the Stan Sheriff Center each and every match here this season.
Pretty loyal, aren't they?
And they're growing in numbers. This senior weekend is bound to bring about as big a supporting group of Kobe Kanetake as we've ever seen. 5-0 run here for Hawaii. DeLion, and there's another dig by Kanetake. Von Tilburg up over the block, but he pumps it long. And Kanetake sort of rubbing his lower back after.
Didn't like seeing that. He's got those 2 herniated discs they talked about this morning's paper.
Yeah, sat out 1 match on the road against CSUN.
Watched Renee Shigemura work him out, get him loosened up for the night's match. He was in major pain.
Get a brief break. As Hawaii up 20-14, and Brett Rosenmeyer on to serve. 7 surface aces for him on the season. Rosie about to bring it. Pass by Paul, chased down by Iglesias. Bump set goes out to Rohit Paul, who's blocked and denied. Jennings Franciscovich, who was just freshly reinserted into the match, able to put up the pause on that one.
Well, he's asked to do some blocking, and he answers the call every time. You see Rohit Paul goes up, Jennings Franciscovich goes way up to put that one down. How a great bump set that time by Iglesias from deep in the back court.
And that one goes into the net. So it's 15 serving 21. Lancers have their work cut out for them here in this second stanza. Several substitutions now being made by Derek Schmidt. He brings in Luis Palos in for Rohit Paul. And back behind the service line, he also brings in Jackson Burge. 16 service aces on the year. Pass by Zarkovich. Franciscovich goes out to Siki. And he didn't necessarily have the best angle on that swing, but he was able to drive it right down the seam for what is his 10th kill of the evening. So double digits here for Siki Zarkovich.
Set a little wide, but as only Siki can do, he just pulls out another tool out of his toolbox and picks up another shot.
That's now double figures for Zarkovich in 22 of the 26 matches this season. Meanwhile, Rocky DeLion rocking the house on that hit.
Notice the seniors on the court tending to play with a little more sense of urgency. Kanetake, Siki Zarkovich, Rocky DeLion. Pretty solid performances. Roy Powell also playing well.
And Roy Powell right on cue, delivering the ace.
There's the other senior, you got it.
So Cal Baptist creeping back to within 5. The team not only fighting for the win tonight, but knowing what's at stake if they don't get at least 1 win at the Stan Sheriff Center this weekend, as that one goes long. Cal Baptist coming in with some momentum, though. They won 5 of their last 6, including a home sweep over UC Irvine, and that was huge because it gives Cal Baptist the tiebreaker if they do wind up in a tie with Irvine at the end of this weekend. Here's Powell from the back row. Beautifully done there by Worsley. So Kanetake sets up on Tilburg. Is blocked and roofed. The triple block was waiting.
Smart move by the Lancers that time to get all three blockers over there on Von Tilburg. Not always an easy thing to do, to anticipate that that's the only place where the set's going to go.
So here's Paulos with the serve. Pass by Fay. Middle set, Frank. And he drops the hammer. And Hawaii has Aloha ball here in the second, and it will be Frank back to serve.
Frank really clicking well with Joe Worsley, and thanks to get a sort of substitution.
And it's going to be Brandon Healy, the other senior for Hawaii. Healy, Kanetake, and Zarkovich to be honored at the conclusion of tomorrow night's match, as only the Hawaii fans can do it. But Healy sends it into the twine on this occasion.
Served well that first set. Just try to put a little bit too much on it that time.
Charlie Wade describing Brandon Healy as a guy. He goes, if you're walking down a dark alley, Brandon Healy is the guy on this team that you would want walking next to. A martial artist, a workout freak. He says he's a guy that will go to battle with you without question. Aloha ball still for Hawaii. The serve by Cody Jackson. Outside set, Kupono Fay trying to finish it. Can't do it right there. Set goes to Powell. And a net violation called against Kupono Fay. So Cal Baptist gets to 20. Hawaii still with some wiggle room here, but Charlie Wade doesn't want to get anything twisted. He signals for a timeout. What do you think about that timeout call?
It's a good idea. Just settle the team down, not let Cal Baptist get on any sort of a run.
Well, while we have a break in the action, let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris, what are we looking at?
We're going to be taking a look at Colby Kanetake and this back bump set. He's blind to the hitter. Colby Kanetake, you see him behind Henrik Moll there. Back bump set to Siki Zarkovich, and Zarkovich puts it up off the block, but that set was right where Siki Zarkovich likes it. Then he hits high hands to get the play over with it. But look at this Colby. You can't see the hitter. All he can do is just go by instinct and feel, and all his years of experience, to bump set that ball up to where Siki can take a great swing at it. And that's how it works. Now, I think one of the things that Colby Kanetake does best, by the way, is bump set the ball. He's got great hands as well, but he's just learned, because he's a libero, that if he bump sets it, when he's inside the 3-meter line, he cannot use his hands. He's got to bump set it. So he pretty much kind of bump sets almost all the time, and he's gotten really, really good at it. Tough skill.
So Hawaii's sitting on Aloha ball here in set number 2. Rainbow Warriors trying to find a semblance of momentum and rhythm headed into the MPSF playoffs.
You know, you asked me why Charlie Wade would call it timeout. I think another reason he might have called it is that you want to simulate what the playoffs are going to be like. And in the playoffs, you want to be able to call a timeout, call a play in a certain rotation, and have the players execute that play. And do it during, somewhere in the 20s. So I think he may have done that as well. We'll see who the set goes to. I think he's got Siki in the back. He may go to pipe set to Siki in the back. On a good pass, maybe go to Moll in the middle for something different.
See Caleb Miller, 6'7" junior, into the front row for Cal Baptist. Hawaii trying to finish it. It's Von Tilburg. And he goes off the block and out. And so that's how set 2 concludes. Hawaii wins set 1, 25-21, set 2, 25-20, and they will have the liberty of opening up the broom closet, possibly, in set 3. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Chris.
Well, it jumps out, obviously, for Hawaii, hitting 279 to Cal Baptist 121. But the big one, how about 9 blocks by Cal Baptist to only 6 for Hawaii? So you see the digs, Hawaii leading in digs 25-14. Colby Kanetake getting most of those. And the aces error is about even, and that's it. That's why Hawaii's up 2-0.
How would you rate this performance by Hawaii? We came into the match talking about motivation and what Hawaii had to play for. What's been your judgment so far?
Good question. I think I'd give them like a B plus right now. The only thing I think they could do better on, obviously, is avoiding those blocks. Hitting a lot of balls into the block, but also you got to give a lot of credit to Cal Baptist. They're paying a lot of attention to the blocks. They've read their scouting reports, obviously, watched a lot of film probably, and they're really lined up and keyed in and dialed in on Hawaii's outside hitters.
If you're the Lancers, how do you prevent a sweep? How do you extend this match and try to turn things around?
Well, I think for one, they've got to hit for a better percentage. Right now, hitting, a buck 21 right now. That's not very good. Too many errors, 11 errors, 18 kills. We've got 11 less kills than Hawaii. So they got to do a better job of that. And I think they got to do a better job of maybe even taking some more chances on serving. They've got 2 aces on the night. 7 errors go along with it. I think they can take more chances from behind the service line, get themselves some more opportunities.
Siki Zarkovic there in your screen, leading the way for Hawaii with 10 kills, hitting 292. Kupona Faye following him up with 8, and he's hitting a fat 500. On the other side, a couple of players with 6 kills apiece for Cal Baptist. It's Rocky DeLion and Roy Powell, a couple of seniors.
How about Joe Worsley leading the way in digs with 6 for Hawaii?
On the outside, it's Luis Palos getting the start here in set number 3 for the Lancers, but he pumps it long. And Joe Worsley, the aforementioned setter for Hawaii, now back behind the line to serve. 5.44 assists per game is Worsley. An assist there for Arturo Iglesias, his counterpart, as he puts it up, and Garcia smacks it down.
Great set by Iglesias. Garcia, so tough to stop, hitting almost 500. It's a huge number among the top attackers in the MPSF last week at 400 against San Diego.
That'll go back to Hawaii.
Luis Palos, 2010 high school graduate from Bell High School, went to Long Beach State for a year, then Santa Monica City College, where he was player of the year in the conference, and now getting the start tonight.
There's Garcia. Garcia doesn't necessarily rock the house when he gets into one, but he, as you could see on that sequence right there, can hit at a very sort of strange number of angles.
Yeah, he's very efficient. He has great peripheral vision where he sees where the block is. Whatever that block takes away, he goes the opposite way. He's really good at doing that.
Frank, meanwhile, is blocked and roofed, and DeLion paid the price for that one. Looked like that went off the dome. Check it out.
Last thing, Jackson Burge got it. His elbow went into DeLion.
Little collateral damage on the roof.
You won't see DeLion coming out anytime soon, though. It's his senior night. He's in Hawaii. Come on.
Good pass by Hawaii senior Kanetake. Here's Faye. Dug it back over the net by Palos. Faye blocked and roofed. Tried to take a swing at it on the overpass instead of perhaps, in hindsight, maybe doing the wise thing of playing the free ball.
Exactly. He was pretty far off the net there. The block was already set up. I've been better just pass it up and run a play.
So 4 serving 2. And it's Garcia. 2-hand pass by Faye. Backside set to Von Tilburg through the block and down.
Stein looking good there. 2 blockers solid up on him. Lancers really doing a good job of getting 2 blockers up on almost all Hawaii attackers. Hence, they're leading in blocks 11-6 over Hawaii.
6 kills now for Stein Von Tilburg, and I know a Frank with the serve. Diving pass that time by Enriquez. Outside set DeLion, and he goes through the Hawaii defense and down off the touch. And Siki Zarkovic a bit slow to get up. And he's reaching down to his right foot, walking gingerly after that play. Certainly not something that anybody in this building rooting for the home team wants to see.
Oh, strange. It was like almost like he just tweaked it. Got into an awkward digging position.
Hawaii let off the hook with the service error. That's now the 9th service error for Cal Baptist. That matches Hawaii, and Zarkovic still sort of playing with that right foot. We'll see if it impacts him going forward. Von Tilburg with the serve. It's an overpass, and Kupono Fei takes advantage.
Von Tilburg has done such a great job from behind the service line. I think he leads Hawaii in aces for the year with 17.
9 kills now for Fei. And Hendrik Mole able to deny access, solo style, against Jackson Burge. So the two goggles doing battle in the middle there on that sequence. There it is. Mole and Burge. Outside, here's Powell, the big windup. And he uncorked one.
Dwight Powell, Coach Schmidt said he's really played well the last 2 matches. He is trending upward, to say the least. Tonight, 7 kills, 3 errors, hitting .211.
Worsley goes way cross court to Fei, who finishes the deal, and that's double digits now in kills for Kupono Fei. Kill number 10 on 16 attempts.
And Fei continuing to put up good numbers tonight, turning things around from last week, hitting .438 on the night. That's huge.
Throw in a handful of digs, a service ace, a block. Good night so far for Kupono. And he comes up with the dig right there. Tight to the net, Worsley able to battle. Now Powell with the swing, and it'll be a point for Cal Baptist on a net violation against the home team.
Worsley got in on that one. Tried to win another joust. Not going to win 2 jousts in 1 rally.
So now Burge, a pre-nursing major with the serve. Good pass, Kanetake. Back row set to Von Tilburg. And it's going to be a back row attacker violation against Von Tilburg. But kind of interesting to see him get that pipe set.
Yeah, normally he hits out of the right back or the D set. So yes, that was unusual.
So 8 serving 7 now, and it's an ace. Von Tilburg tried to go Olay, but it tagged the end line, and the Lancers up 2.
I don't think Charlie Wade wants to see his team lose the momentum they built up in the first 2 sets. Would love to see him go 3 and out. Make a statement if they're getting ready for the playoffs.
Zarkovic against a triple block, and he clobbered it.
There's a statement, wouldn't you say? Pretty emphatic one by Siki as he picks up kill number 11 on the night, hitting over 300. Even though there's 3 blockers up, he finds a way to go inside the last blocker.
That was a poi pounder from Siki Zarkovic. Hendrik Mole, good serve there. Powell from the back row, blocked and put down off of a fortuitous ricochet by Luis Palos. So Cal Baptist up 2, trying to keep hope alive here against the Rainbow Warriors. If you're just joining us, the Lancers still looking to qualify for the MPSF postseason. Losing the first 2 sets to Hawaii. Trying to mount a comeback here. Set outside to Palos. Blocked by Frank. Kept alive. Palos a second time by the block. Dug up over the net by Fei. The swing by Garcia. And how about the creativity there, Chris? Off of one leg. It was slide style.
It was like a step-out maneuver. Very clever. Very clever. These Lancers are not giving up hope, that's for sure. They know how much winning a match here in Hawaii means this weekend.
Largest lead for Cal Baptist. But it's short-lived as Powell sends it out.
But again, I think Powell's doing the right thing. Take some chances. Take a few rips. Hope that Hawaii lets a deep ball like that go and maybe it drops in.
Charlie Wade, a great amount of respect for this Cal Baptist team. He doesn't want, as you said, to let them get some steam rolling. As Garcia again showing his worth in the middle. That's kill number 6, and his percentage rising higher into the 300s.
Remember, he has .471 on the year. Leads him in block solos, leads him in block assists, leads him in blocks per set. from Madrid, Spain.
Zarkovic with the pass. He'll get the set on the opposite side. And it'll be a point for Hawaii. That one went off of the shoulder of Powell. And Hawaii back within 2. We mentioned Cal Baptist transitioning to the NCAA from the NAIA. That transition started in 2013. Prior to that, this was a dominant program in NAIA, as Frank unable to put it down on the overbanks. The swing by DeLion, one-hand save. Kanetake can fake get it. Good effort, but unable to keep it in range. For Cal Baptist, Chris, they won 8 NAIA titles between 1999 and 2011, and I guess that domination prompting them to make the transition to the NCAA Division II, and of course in men's volleyball D1 and D2 play together. And that one pumped deep and out by Garcia. Hey, let's go!
This is a program with a lot of promise. It's a religious-based school. They started with practice with they all gather arms around each other yesterday in practice and then say a little prayer or thoughts for the day. And it really kind of a really interesting way that when they came in 2 years ago, I remember there being a little bit of prayer involved or some sort of faith involved. And it sort of really is a kind of a bonding thing for the guys. And now they've got this new bond called Let's Get Together and take names later for the playoffs.
And they're still in the hunt.
3 straight wins in a row, beat Holy Names, then beat Irvine, then beat San Diego. So they're feeling it, to be sure.
And saw the crush by Rocky DeLion. Followed up, though, by the service error by Arturo Iglesias. So 12 serving 14 coming up, and it'll be Hawaii's best scoring server in Stein von Tilburg back behind the line. Milan Zarkovic, the assistant coach for Hawaii, leading the claps. Here's DeLion from the opposite side, dug up by Zarkovic. The bump set by Kanetake. The swing by Worsley is blocked. The set now to Faye. Through the triple block and down. Kupono Faye has been difficult to stop from the Lancers' perspective.
Hawaii did a little bit of switch blocking that time. They moved Worsley to the left, put Kupono Faye on the right, and he ends up getting the kill despite going up against 3 blockers.
So 13 serving 14. Good serve by von Tilburg. Great pass by Powell. DeLion through the block. Diving save Kanetake. Worsley on the second touch with the swing. Kept alive by Enriquez. Backside set. DeLion straight down to the floor. And Cal Baptist, for the first time tonight, gets to 15 first. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. We've seen some hard hits from Rocky DeLion. On the other side, Kobe Kanetake laying out. He's been playing through pain, Chris, but he's still doing his thing. He's got 5 digs tonight, but Rocky DeLion starting to turn it up a notch. He's got 10 kills. The Seabury Hall alum hitting .381 on the night.
As we said, seniors tend to play with more of a sense of urgency their last weekend.
And Joe Worsley tried to catch the Lancers off guard, but he caught the twine instead. And Cal Baptist back up 3 at 16, serving 13. Trying to avoid a sweep here at the Stan Sheriff Center. DeLion with the high toss and the serve. Pass by Zarkovic. Worsley goes back row to Zarkovic. Couldn't get all of it. It's a chance now for the Lancers. The dink by Powell, diving save Kanetake, literally all over the floor. And Kupono Faye finds that deep corner for his 12th kill of the night.
This ball just barely catches the line, I think. Kanetake once again, look at him pop that up, giving it, going to drop it onto a bad back of his. Take another hit for the team, as usual, is Kanetake.
Outside set, that's Palos, diving save Faye, set to Siki. Dug up over the net, but out by Emmett Enriquez, and it's a point for Hawaii, and they're back to within 1.
So Luis Paulo's taking some good swings up there from that left front spot, getting over the block, but Hawaii's defense in the back row. Right place or right time. There's a one off the block. Fade pops up with one hand. Worsley's able to give Siki Zarkovic a perfect set.
Near excellent dig by Emmett Enriquez. He's got 9 digs tonight, the libero for Cal Baptist. Part of that esteemed Enriquez volleyball family over there on the Big Island. Powell denied access, says Zarkovic, and Hendrik Moll say ahole.
Enriquez's parents, Guy and Julie, are probably in the crowd. Avery and Addison, the twin boys, play for Kamehameha Hawaii, are probably also in the crowd cheering on their brother.
And there is Enriquez sprawling out to keep the sequence alive. Here's Zarkovic. And Enriquez unable to handle that one. As Hawaii surges ahead thanks to a 4-0 rainbow run. Hawaii back in front in pursuit of a sweep. There's a look at Corey Enriquez. He is the assistant marketing director for the University of Hawaii, and he is the older brother of Emmett Enriquez, libero for Cal Baptist. But this is a volleyball family, to say the least. We haven't even mentioned Evan, who is the standout libero for Stanford. You mentioned the 2 younger twin brothers who are currently playing for Kamehameha Hawaii, coached by Dad.
It really is almost the first family of volleyball right now in Hawaii.
Good save off the touch there by Kupono Faye. Here's Zarkovic, took something off, and he pulled the string in just the right way.
Uncanny how he knows when and where to pull that string.
The run continues for Hawaii. It's now a 5-0 rainbow run.
You know, other than Kanataki signs, I think we're seeing more Zarkovic signs out tonight than ever before. There's the roll shot, often used on the beach.
Come on, Hendrik!
18 serving 16. Faye sends it long. Yeah, you mentioned the signs. We even saw a promposal sign directed at Siki Zarkovic.
What did it say?
There it is. Siki would dig it if you went to prom with me. That's what you call these days a promposal.
There you go.
It's all the rage. So 19 serving 17. Here's Brett Rosenmeyer. Good serve, pass Enriquez. Middle set, and that's Garcia. Garcia and Nainoa Frank on either side, about as efficient offensive middle hitters as we have in the MPSF.
I'll tell you, Garcia's really impressive how he sees what's being taken away from him, and then he just goes the other way. That's why he's hitting 471 in the year.
Hitting 429, meanwhile, tonight. Worsley goes outside to Zarkovic, and he continues to carry the load. Siki now with 16 kills on 33 attacks, hitting upwards of 400.
We'll talk about resilience and bounce back. These are huge numbers after his dismal Santa Barbara weekend.
Zarkovic hitting 394 to be exact. Near ace there by Worsley. As Paulos is blocked back, Enriquez the cover. Good dig there on the swing by Powell. And it's Von Tilburg going off the block and out. It's a net violation against Cal Baptist anyway. And Hawaii up 3. So call it a comeback here for the Rainbow Warriors in set 3.
You see what the block right there on the table, right there was Garcia, I believe. Or no, that was Garcia on the table.
Worsley with the serve. Delay set goes to DeLion. And Stein Von Tilburg with about as egregious a net violation as you will ever see. He spiderwebbed that thing. Let's take a look.
And he jumped right over Nainoa Frank.
So 19 serving 21. Kanetake with the pass. Middle set, Frank. And we had several that appeared to get caught up in the net, but it was Frank who committed the violation first. So it's a point for Cal Baptist. And Chris, they're back within one. This has been a set 3 of runs. And the Lancers once again threatening here as they have brought themselves back into the mix. Charlie Wade signaling for a timeout. The Rainbow Warriors trying to finish things out. As you referred to a possible bounce-back performance. This is against a Cal Baptist team, we should point out, that swept UC Irvine at home last week. An Irvine team that Hawaii had to go 5 sets with, not once, but twice in this building. Now, I guess the addendum to that is Hawaii always gets everyone's best shot because everyone loves playing here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Yeah, and I know that Charlie's reminded that his team numerous times this week of how good this Cal Baptist team is and to respect them since they whipped up on an Irvine team that Hawaii struggled to beat. We know one thing for sure, and that is that the Rainbow Warriors will be traveling in the MPSF postseason. The only thing that we won't know until likely tomorrow night, probably prior to the start of Hawaii's match, is who their opponent will be. We'll definitely know by then. It'll all be settled by game time. We asked Charlie Wade if he had a preference of any of those teams in the top 4, BYU, Stanford, UCLA, Long Beach State. It should be pointed out that Hawaii went 1-7 this season against all of those teams, and 3 of the 4 teams they actually played in this building. So it shows just how powerful that top 4 sort of quartet of MPSF standout teams really is. Yeah, they really separated themselves from the rest of the league this year in many ways. Charlie basically throwing up his hands and saying, hey, look, it's going to be a tough opponent regardless of who we play. Here's Zarkovic. And he's able to go through that double block and down, so he gets the side and point back to Hawaii. The one thing Charlie did offer up there was Provo is the tougher road trip because it's a flight and a drive. You go to any of the other places and you're pretty much just flying in. And so from that standpoint, he thought, yeah, maybe if we avoid Provo and BYU from the travel logistical standpoint, that's a good thing. As Garcia puts down another kill, he now has 8. I think it's pretty much for sure that Provo will not be a trip they have to take. BYU plays SC, one of the bottom teams in the league tomorrow night. If they win that match, they secure the #1 seed. There's Cody Jackson, 6'2" junior from Costa Mesa. Pass by Kanetake. Set goes outside to fade the dink. Right there's Jackson. Tight to the net, though, so a little battle at the net. Kept alive by Hawaii. Set goes to Von Tilburg. Off-speed hit is dug up by Burge, of all players. And Palos got twisted on the swing. Not an easy ball to hit, but it's not that hard either. You should be able to at least get that ball over the net. He was a JC Player of the Year in the Western Conference for JCs. And most valuable player in the entire conference. Brandon Healy now on the serve for Hawaii. 23 serving 21. The Lion had to sort of backhand it over. Zarkovic pushes Worsley out of the way to set up Faye, dug up by Enriquez. That's dig number 10 for Emmett Enriquez. From the back row, it's Zarkovic. There's dig number 11 for Enriquez. And no dig on the Hawaii side there on the swing by Roy Powell. Hawaii was in control that entire rally until the end. That's just dig by Emmett Enriquez right there. Digs the ball with his hands. Normally you would dig that with your forearms. Instead, he got really low. Great coaching by his dad, Guy, and mom, Julie. I'm sure they'll each take credit for that big. Big Island Player of the Year in high school at Kamehameha, Hawaii. Led the Warriors to the state title game where he had 33 kills in a loss to Punahou. As Zarkovic is able to find that deep corner. And so for Siki Zarkovic, that's kill number 18. He's hitting .417. He bounced back in a huge way, and they rise here at the Stan Sheriff Center. 24 serving 22. Hawaii looking to bust out the brooms. DeLion will keep the broom closet door a little bit closer to shut, at least for a moment. And Charlie Wade signals for a timeout.
Interesting timeout. I think Charlie Wade's being very careful to make sure that there will be no confusion at all as to what the next play set's going to be or who's going to get the next call. Make sure that Joe Worsley knows where he's going. There you see the tallest assistant coach in NC2A volleyball, Andy Hine. He's 6'10". Used to play for Pepperdine. Was a great player there, All-American there. Played 7 years overseas, and is now the only assistant that Cal Baptist has. They have a very sort of a small staff. Most staffs have at least 3. These guys have just 2.
Well, when you're 6'10", it's almost like you're 2 coaches in one.
There you go.
Let's take a look at the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. And we're going to give the nod to Siki Zarkovic. Has his 18 kills, hitting .417. He was hitting from all over the place, and it didn't matter how many blockers were up. Look at that. On that occasion, all 3 blockers trying to challenge Zarkovic at the net, but the effort was still futile.
I'll tell you something. You got to credit Cal Baptist's competitive desire tonight. They're in the 20s every single set against Hawaii. And this set isn't even over, but clearly Charlie Wade's had to use his timeouts during this match. So even though it might look like a 3-0 sweep, if it does end up that way, it's been anything but easy for the Rainbow Warriors.
You have the Lancers' best server in Rocky DeLion behind the line in a must-get point for Cal Baptist. Aloha ball for the match. Pass by Faye on the money. Franciskovic sets up Faye. Nice dig there by Iglesias. Set goes to DeLion, back row over the block, dug up by Kanetake. So Franciskovic goes to Faye a second time, blocked in roof, and we are tied at 24.
And how about the serve by Rocky DeLion out of the timeout? He just ripped it. Boy, got a decent pass up, but man, he just got a hold of that ball and put everything he could on it. And then he got a great dig right after that. So the senior DeLion leading the way for the Lancers.
Luis Paulos getting the gist of that block. 24 serving 24. DeLion tickles the tape. Zarkovic the first touch. Gets the set from the back row. Knuckles it over. Diving save Iglesias. Set goes to Powell. He's blocked. And a little mix-up in the communication. So now it's Paulos from the outside. Dug up by Kanetake. Worsley. Back row to Siki. Puts it down. Make it 19 slams for Siki Zarkovic. And again, they stand here at the SSC. Aloha ball once more. Kupono-Faye with the serve. Outside set to Paulos. There's Kanetake again. Zarkovic, can he finish it? Diving save in the back row, DeLion. Here's Powell. Hard angle and in.
Wow, some of the most spectacular plays of the night. Here are the last few points. Amazing. Great dig by Rocky DeLion right there. And Powell, the cut shot, that was amazing.
DeLion second on the team in digs, laying out there, and we're knotted up as both teams, as you mentioned, Chris, saving some of the best for last. An overpass. What a save off the joust by Kanetake. Zarkovic is dug up by Burge. Powell will get a swing out of it off the block. Diving save on Tilburg. Can Hendrik Moll get it over? No, he cannot. And all of a sudden, the advantage shifts to the Cal Baptist side.
Colby Kanetake come in for the cover, pops it up. Notice how low he stays to the ground. Kept his eye on the block the whole time. Kept the ball alive. He's kept so many rallies alive to give the Rainbow Warriors extra added attempts of attacks.
10 digs for Colby Kanetake tonight. As Cal Baptist now has Aloha ball in the third, trying to extend the match. Worsley, where does he go? Outside, Zarkovic roofed. And we will play on at the Stan Sheriff Center. Cal Baptist showing some guts here on the road in what is just about a must-win situation with regard to their MPSF postseason hopes. Fourth set coming up. Well, you got to give credit to the Lancers, Chris, as they showed quite a bit of intestinal fortitude in the late stages of that third set. It went to extras, if you will, and Cal Baptist avoiding a sweep 27-25. And if anything, you can say they have the momentum heading into set number 4.
Absolutely. And look at Enriquez right there on the bench. He's got 11 digs, leading all diggers on the floor right now. Kobe Kanatake's got 10. The Lancers being outdug by the Rainbow Warriors, 39-29. But how about their blocking? 13 blocks for CBU to 8 blocks for Hawaii. Take a look at some of those blocks and see why Cal Baptist is leading. Good form, good penetration over the net. Nice technique. They've obviously done their scouting report well. They seem to know where the ball's going. Now, there's a bank of film that's available for the entire MPSF, where all the matches are filmed. And the real students of the game and the coaches who love to watch film can go get a scouting report. By this time of year, they have so much information on every player in the league. They can pretty much know what kind of player, what kind of shots every player is going to hit the minute they walk in the gym.
So Derek Schmidt, in his second year as head coach here at Cal Baptist, looking on, has to like the effort put forth by his squad in that third set. We start set 4, and it's Joe Worsley with the serve. Set outside, goes to Palos, dug up by Fay. Here's Zarkovic trying to build on his prolific evening. Now Powell. Zarkovic got a touch, but a net violation called against Hawaii. And so Cal Baptist first off the schneid here in the fourth.
Siki Zarkovic that time got tangled up in the net.
So Roy Powell will serve. Powell with 12 kills to match his teammate DeLion to lead the way here for the Lancers. And he will set up. Paulos on the outside, blocked. Good rat-a-tat job on the side of the Lancers to keep it alive, and they end up getting the point. I mean, that was sort of the theme in the latter stages of set 3. They just made the scramble plays to prolong sequences.
And yet another block number 14 on the night. That one a block solo by Luis Paulos.
So it's 2 serving 0.
You know what Paulos wants to be when he graduates? A police officer, majoring in criminal justice.
Overpass, Paulos with the swing. A little back and forth at the net. Hawaii now with it. Here's Zarkovic. And finally restores some order. And we got several Lancer players talking to the high official, Donna Hess. And so she gives them a warning that not everybody can have a conversation with her. And now she'll hear a little bit from Derek Schmidt.
You know what Hawaii is claiming? They're saying that the block that was set up by Joe Worsley was below the height of the net. He's only a blocker if he goes up above the height of the net. And I think he brought his hands down at the last second and got the block when he was below the height of the net. We'll see if that's the case.
And it's the floor captain, Rocky DeLion, in the discussion with Donna Hess. Let's see. Looks there like the hands did break the plane of the top of that tape.
Well, actually, it's where the contact is. I think the contact was up high. Yep, there it is. That's definitely a violation.
And Hess now calling Ernie Ho over. So a little success from Derek Schmidt's standpoint to at least garner a conversation among the officiating crew. Hawaii right now with the wheels spinning a touch. with the comeback win in set 3 by Cal Baptist. And here to start set number 4. Rainbow Warriors could use a break, and now it's Siki Zarkovic, their floor captain, trying to plead his case.
He's saying, well, you talked to their floor captain, why can't I be talked to? Donna Hess would have none of it. She just wants to have a private conversation with Ernie Ho. If Donna Hess had the replay machine like they do internationally now, so you're not going to look at it, I think she would. I think it'd be pretty obvious that it would be a point for CBU.
And it looks as though the call will stand. Ernie Ho finalizing the explanation to Derek Schmidt, and Siki Zarkovic awaiting the whistle to serve. Are you in favor of perhaps the exploration of replay on American soil in the college game?
It's the way to go these days, and with technology the way that it is, it's possible. But the problem is it's really expensive too. There's so many cameras that are got to be dedicated to the replay.
And that's going to wind up being a point for the Lancers, and it was not the prettiest of transitions, but you kind of get the feeling that Cal Baptist is starting to get some of the ricochets, starting to get some of the fortuitous bounces. You're starting to feel a swing in this match, and it will be up to Charlie Wade's crew to apply the tourniquet on that. Kanetake struggling with that first touch, and it's going to wind up being a prolonged ace for Cal Baptist, and they are up 4-1 here in the 4th.
Real test right now of Hawaii's character and their own motivation, their ability to bounce back from a disappointing loss in the 3rd set.
There's Paulos, the criminal justice major. Pass by Kanetake. Backside set goes to Von Tilburg. And he is roofed emphatically. DeLion and Garcia.
Said just a little bit tight to the net, nowhere for Von Tilburg to go.
And it is 5 serving 1. Cal Baptist getting a sprinting start to this 4th set.
If CBU scores again here, watch for Charlie Wade to call a timeout.
Hawaii needs a point. Hendrik Mole can't deliver. It is dug up over the net, so chance for Hawaii. Here's Faye. He delivers, and Hawaii finally puts an end to that Lancer run.
A lot of bleeding on Hawaii's side of the court, not just, I know, Frank's arm, but you gotta get a tourniquet on.
Hendrik Mole will serve. Middle set, that's Garcia. And every time they go to him, something good seems to happen. He now has 9 kills on 17 attempts, just 1 error to speak of. Hitting .471, that is right at his season average.
Release. Tuto, release. Jackson.
6 serving 2. Pass by Zarkovic. Worsley goes high and away. Here's Faye. And Cal Baptist keeps it alive again. Powell with the dig there. Faye a second time against a solo block. And he says you're going to have to do a little better than that on the other side of the net. Kill number 14 for Kupono.
Well, he's gotten a lot of sets, so I'm not surprised by the number of kills. I am surprised that he's hitting almost 400. Huge number for an outside attacker.
Ian McKellar now checking into the match for Hawaii. Meanwhile, Kupono Faye, double-double performance, Chris. 14 kills, 11 digs. Franciscovic with the serve. Diving pass, Enriquez. Powell from the back row. Right there is Zarkovic. Franciscovic goes to Faye. Over the double block. It sails long. Was there a touch? No, there was not. This crowd getting a little antsy. There is certainly a tone of concern that is starting to take over here in this building. Arturo Iglesias, coming off of that red shirt year last year, forces the overpass, pounded down by DeLion, and Cal Baptist is right now in control of this 4th set.
Their biggest lead so far of 5. And yes, you're right. They're definitely in control of this set so far.
Franciscovich goes middle to Frank. Off the block. Right there is Enriquez. Outside, it's DeLion. Sends it long. Was there a touch? No. No contact up front. So Hawaii able to get the point. And DeLion with the sarcastic smirk. He thought that he should have gotten the benefit of the touch. Hawaii needs a run. That won't help. 11th service error for the Rainbow Warriors compared to 13 for Cal Baptist. Right back at you, though, as DeLion enters the twine. And right now, Charlie Wade trying to conjure up a way to jumpstart this Rainbow engine. Palos off the block. Right there is Zarkovich. Franciscovich goes back to Siki. Caught it fat. No touch. Point for the Lancers. Charlie Wade arguing a touch, and he's going to get it. So a reversal of the initial call and a yellow card now being pulled out by Donna Hess. This thing is starting to get a little crazy here, Chris.
Yeah, it looks like Donna Hess is calling it on. Yellow card on. She put a C up. I'm not sure that's on the captain or the coach. Here's a swing. We'll see if we can see a touch here. No fingers bent back there. Usually you see a finger bent back. Might have been a touch on the left side blocker. But clearly, Hawaii got the benefit of the doubt there.
Derek Schmidt not happy about it. That's a big swing and momentum for Hawaii. Here's Powell getting the pendulum of momentum to swing right on back to the Lancer side. I mean, it is amazing. Hawaii looking sharp for almost 3 full sets. Cal Baptist, though, gutting out that win in the 3rd set. And it's amazing how the complexion of this thing and the feel of this thing has completely switched around. Here's McKellar from the opposite position. And he gets the side and point back for Hawaii.
Now you see why Charlie Wade called those late timeouts in the 20s in the 3rd set. He respected this team. He knew this CBU team could come back. He respects the coaching staff and the players on the other side. He was a little nervous about how Hawaii was playing, too.
Outside, it's Palos. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. It's a point for the Lancers. Hawaii disagrees. Maybe a little athletic justice, at least from CBU's standpoint. And a timeout taken. Cal Baptist not only avoiding the sweep, but they're trying to eye a game 5. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, Hawaii winning the first 2 sets tonight against Cal Baptist. A battle between the number 9 and number 14 teams in the country, respectively. But the Lancers able to win 27-25 in the 3rd. And here we are in the 4th set. Cal Baptist, the team that has been, for the most part, a few steps ahead of the Rainbow Warriors. That service error will assist Hawaii a little bit, but it's still 8 serving 11. Rainbow Warriors trailing here in the 4th. A virtual must-win for Cal Baptist as they try to keep pace with UC Irvine, vying for that final spot in the MPSF postseason. And there is the always artistic Enrique Garcia pulling the string.
He's like an artist up there painting and doing his own painting. Pulling out all the right brushes, all the right colors. Not with a lot of power, but with grace and finesse.
Yeah, it may not look prototypical, kind of Warholish perhaps, but it looks beautiful, the final result, as it's going to be a point for Cal Baptist. It's now gut check time for this Rainbow Warrior team, Chris. Things were moving along swimmingly through the first 2+ sets. My, have they changed. Here's Faye. Blocked and roofed. And right now the Lancers dominating. Arturo Iglesias turning it back. A 6-point advantage for the Lancers here in the fourth set.
Hawaii has not figured out how to beat this block. Lancers with 16 blocks to Hawaii's 8. Doubling up.
And Paulos to serve. Tickles the tape. Kanetake on one knee with the pass. Here's Faye. Restores a little bit of order. But Hawaii still trails by a handful. And Rosie, Brett Rosenmeyer coming in to serve.
Charlie Way's now gone through his third right side player. He's now got Jennings Franciscovich playing on the right side. He's already had Ian McKellar in there. He's had Stein von Gilbert.
Pass by Enriquez. Middle set, Garcia right there is Zarkovic. So Faye, quick run up. Garcia with the block. And it is 15-9 in the fourth in favor of Cal Baptist. They're stunned right now at the Stan Sheriff Center. Welcome back. 15-9 in favor of Cal Baptist, hitting .438 in this fourth set, Chris, compared to .062 for the Rainbow Warriors. Now 3 players in double digits in the kills department for the Lancers. Rocky DeLion leading the way with 15. Roy Powell has 13, and Enrique Garcia has 10. Siki Zarkovic leading everybody with 21 kills. Kupono Faye with 15 on Hawaii's side. But the question now becomes, where does some of the other contributions offensively come from? As Garcia sent that one, testing the limits of the Stan Sheriff Center, way out of bounds.
A rare error from Superman, who's been nearly flawless tonight.
And it is 10 serving 15. Jennings Franciscovich with the serve, and it's a pretty good one. Pass tight to the net, the dump shot misses wide by Arturo Iglesias. Iglesias out of Puerto Rico, a graduate of Wesleyan Academy there, but attended Andrews Osborne Academy in Willoughby, Ohio in 2013. In his freshman, sophomore, and senior years at Wesleyan, he went 80-1. Powell, hard angle and down. And just the energy and enthusiasm you're seeing from Cal Baptist.
Especially the 2 seniors, Powell and DeLion. They played pretty magnificent games tonight. Franciscovich way out of position there.
Powell now with 14 kills. He's hitting .312. Back row set goes to Zarkovic. The triple block was ready and waiting, and it didn't matter. Siki went right by it for the point. 22 kills for Zarkovic. Hitting .370. Remember his career high 25. He did it twice. The last 2 home matches against UC Irvine. And it's an ace by Faye. Oh, Hawaii needed that in the worst way.
Hawaii's serving has not been great in this set. Given Cal Baptist has been signing out at an 89% clip. That's a symbol of not very good serving. So finally Hawaii's putting on some serves that may put this team out of the kilter, and they did just end with 2 aces in a row.
How about a pair of aces from Kupono Faye? Back-to-back style. That's now 3 aces in the match for Faye. And they have fought back to within 2, have the Rainbow Warriors. 14 serving 16. Outside set, Powell off the fingertips of the block. Right there is Faye. So Worsley sets up Zarkovic off the block and down. Point Hawaii. And they have fought back to within 1. A 4-0 Rainbow run.
Kupono Faye with a great dig that time. It's going to cause Kevin Schmidt to call a timeout, talk to the troops, use up his second and final timeout.
Largest lead for the Lancers was 6 seemingly moments ago, but sprung by back-to-back aces on this service stint by Kupono Faye. Hawaii able to put the run together, and they're back within a single digit.
Those 2 aces and a dig, Kupono Faye doing it by himself almost.
Well, we said it was gut check time for Hawaii, and they're showing a little bit of character right here in this midsection of the fourth set. Let's check in with Ryan.
Well, head coach Schmidt for the Lancers using his second timeout. His first timeout was used when he actually called the timeout to calm his team down. He said, "You don't talk to the referees, that's my job." He felt that his players were getting too emotional and had to take time to really address the team and try to get them to focus on the match. Right now on the Hawaii sideline, head coach Charlie Wade with all the confidence saying all we have to do is keep chipping away. As Chris mentioned, Jennings Franciscovich playing in the right back position, primarily being used as an opposite attacker right now for Stein von Tilburg. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. What other advantages may that bring? Having Jennings Franciscovich out there on the floor, you basically double up at the setter spot, even though Franciscovich primarily playing the opposite.
Yeah, you could actually, he's in there as an alternate setter now. You can actually treat him as if he's a setter and hitter. It's almost like UCLA 6'2". Let Worsley hit some, let Franciscovich hit some, and throw Cal Baptist something they haven't seen all year. At this time of year, these teams have got to come up with something different. Coaches have got to get creative because of all the film that's out there, and teams become so predictable. So now to throw the unpredictable out there is very important.
So out of the timeout, Fay gets the serve in. Near collision there in the back row for the Lancers. It's Powell. His hand collides with the volleyball on that set, and he gets the point back for Cal Baptist. How about the top three hitters in this match right now for the Lancers, Chris? You have Rocky DeLion and Roy Powell, each with 15 kills, hitting 400 and 324 respectively. And then Garcia, the middle hitter, has 10 kills, hitting 474.
Pretty amazing.
DeLion with the serve. Fay and Kaitake almost getting crossed up, and Franciscovich sends it long. So it is now 18 serving 15, and a timeout taken by Charlie Wade. So Hawaii creeping back to within a point.
Jennings Franciscovich, by the way, is a really good hitter. He's very capable of playing that right side spot and playing opposite. That broken play there, kind of a high, far set from across the court from Siki that time, was a difficult swing, but he's got to keep that in and give his block a chance to score. And I think he knows that, and Charlie Wade's probably talking a little bit about that right now.
Hawaii scrambling back to within a point, only to see Cal Baptist break off a couple consecutive. And so a 3-point advantage for the Lancers here.
And Charlie Wade's got one timeout left. Cal Baptist has no timeouts left. So if Hawaii's one of their goals ought to be get on a run, because the Lancers can't slow Hawaii down with a timeout anyway. They can with substitutions, but not with a timeout. Those last 7 points will be the hardest 7 points of the night for the Lancers to get.
Cal Baptist founded in 1950, an enrollment of just over 8,500. Now a member of the NCAA Division II, we mentioned, began that transition from NAIA in 2013. Their home gym, Van Dyne Gymnasium, seats 1,100. So coming into this building, obviously, it's quite a different environment for this squad, and the first time that head coach Derek Schmidt has in fact been here. You can say the same for their senior hitter and statistical leader Rocky DeLion in his collegiate career, first time playing in this building. They've handled it pretty well, it seems, or at least adjusted to it as this match went on.
Coach Schmidt has coached at Clemson, he's coached at Erskine College, and now he's getting to be at what he called one of the iconic gymnasiums in the entire United States.
Here's Zarkovich through the double block. Right there with the dig is DeLion. Set goes outside. Palos gets it down. Another point for Cal Baptist. They're up 4. And they assume a modicum of control once again here in the fourth. So Franciscovich comes out. Stein von Tilburg back in for Hawaii.
Tilburg 7 kills tonight on 6 errors.
Great serve by DeLion, forces the overpass. Enriquez sets up Powell against the double block, is blocked. Burge keeps it alive. Powell a second time through the block and down. He is turning up the heat. 16 kills now to lead the Lancers for the senior Roy Powell. A transfer from El Camino Junior College where he was once teammates with, guess who? Brandon Healy, one of the seniors for the Rainbow Warriors. Outside, it's Zarkovic, crooks court and in. A much-needed put down for the Rainbow Warriors. Zarkovic now with 24 kills, hitting .388. That was his 49th swing of the evening.
This is so reminiscent of 2 weekends ago when Hawaii played UC Irvine.
Little set, and that's Burge. Point Lancers, they're back up a handful. Hawaii closing the distance, but only for a moment. As Cal Baptist moving a step closer to forcing a fifth. Pass tight to the net, and the joust is won by Luis Palos.
Great serve by Burge. Burge wants to be a trauma nurse, you know, when he graduates. He's inflicting some trauma on Hawaii right now. Here's a joust at the net. Joust won by Luis Palos.
And a timeout taken by Charlie Wade.
Palos at 6'7", got some advantage over 6'1", Joe Worsley.
So Roy Powell, we talked about it, one of the seniors on this team. And he has assumed control here. 16 kills on 36 attacks. He's hitting .333. Throw in a half a dozen digs and 4 blocks. And Roy Powell is putting together a monster effort against the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, yesterday at practice, I talked to Coach Schmidt. He said, you know, we really are going to need some major leadership and great performances out of our 2 seniors, Rocky DeLion and Roy Powell. And certainly they are delivering tonight in a big way.
Roy Powell, you see some of the tats. He likes himself the Honu. There's no doubt about it. Check it out. He's got the turtle on the arm. There was one as well on his lower right leg. Do you have any tattoos, Chris McLaughlin?
Not that I remember. How about you?
No, I think I'm in the same boat. You see some of the CBU faithful supporters of...
Those look like DeLion family.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Supporters of the local boys, Rocky DeLion, Emmett Enriquez, certainly in the house tonight. As Siki Zarkovic gets the kill down for Hawaii. But they got some work to do here in the latter stage of set 4.
He ties his all-time record, 25 kills. The one that he tied, he set and then tied the next night against Irvine.
So he's had at least 25 kills in his last 3 home matches, if you count it up that way. Here's Rocky DeLion puts another hurting on the ball. Cal Baptist, they have been formidable since the ending of that 3rd set. I mean, Hawaii was on the verge of the sweep, and the Lancers have completely turned things around. How about the pancake save just to keep this sequence alive? Winds up as an easy put down for Luis Palos, and it is a low-up ball for the Lancers in the 4th. What Hawaii had created through 2+ sets has now come undone. And we are on the verge of seeing this one go to a decisive 5th.
It would take some pretty flawless plays. You take a look at the CBU faithful, the DeLion family, enjoying every minute of this 4th set.
Pass by Fay. Worsley goes to Zarkovic, and he rains down thunder.
Emmett Enriquez, fearless, standing right in the line of fire. block didn't get there to help him, so he's all alone.
65-mile-an-hour serve by Zarkovic forces the overpass, but Mole couldn't put it down. Back row set, that's DeLion, and he does put it down. And Cal Baptist, on the precipice of being swept, has completely turned things around. And to a 5th set we go here at the Stan Sheriff Center on the penultimate night of the MPSF regular season. Rocky DeLion, he has a team-high 17 kills. The Kula Maui native hitting .438, has 4 digs and 6 blocks in this match. He is a senior, and he has carried much of the load for Cal Baptist as they go from down 0-2 to now a 5th set, a decisive 5th here at the Stan Sheriff Center. This is a team, Chris, that faced 3 Aloha balls for the match in the 3rd set. Hawaii 3 times had a chance to put a finishing touch on this thing. Lancers didn't allow it, and instead, we're going to go the full extent here tonight.
You're going to give them a lot of credit, a lot of courage points for this Lancer team to face 3 match points, come back and win that set and the next one. And the 4th set won convincingly. They hit 519 in the 4th set to Hawaii's 160. They sided out at 73%. Hawaii sided out at 54%. So a commanding, convincing victory for the Lancers in set 4.
Is there anything systemically or technically or otherwise that you can point to explain this drastic turnaround in this match?
I think a lot of it has to do with the block of Cal Baptist. It's forced Hawaii to really question, hey, what's going on with our offense here? We're getting 2 blockers up all the time, and we're heading into them. Maybe we need to be more tricky in the offense, run different plays, somehow get more one-on-one situations, maybe set the middle a little bit more. But the good serving has forced Hawaii bad passes, too. There's a ball that could be set to the middle.
Yeah, they got a good pass there, and you see the result.
Did he hear me or something? Our mic's turned up onto the arena mic.
Well done there, Coach McLaughlin. As Hawaii starts things off here in the 5th set with a kill. You mentioned the block in Cal Baptist, outblocking Hawaii 18.5 to 8.5. Middle set, it's Garcia doing what he does. He's got 11 kills.
You know, what's ironic is that Hawaii really actually had, I think, they might have had 2 blockers up on Garcia that time. It takes about 3 guys, I think, to block him the way he hits the ball down and finds a way to get his kills.
11 kills, hitting 500. Owen Yalza has 7 blocks here tonight. I mean, this has been an entertaining volleyball match. Certainly a lull for Hawaii was experienced in that 4th set, but they came back to make it at least semi-interesting in that middle portion.
I hope people didn't go home at 24-20 in the 3rd. Miss out on this great match.
Tied at 1 in the 5th. Here's Zarkovic off the block. Worsley keeps it alive, but nobody had his back. And it is a point for Cal Baptist. They're up 2-1. And those are the kind of plays that can kill you in a 5-setter. Obviously, another group not in this building that may be taking much interest in this match. UC Irvine, what do you think?
Oh yeah, they're wanting Hawaii to win.
As Hendrik Mole giving them a reason to celebrate then with the put down. It's knotted at 2 here in the 5th.
Look at this block. I think Garcia got hurt. I think he got an elbow to the head during that block. Notice it. Mole's got 1 kill all night long. All of a sudden he gets 2 here in the 5th set.
Meanwhile, Garcia, you're right, he was sort of reaching to the back of his head, but he looks at Ernie Ho, one of the officials, then pounds his chest and said, I'm good to go. And he certainly is as he follows it up with the kill.
How about Emma Enriquez passed that ball up, that jump serve with his hands, puts it on the money, allows CBU to run an offense. There he is, smiles all around. Used to be an attacker, had 33 kills in the state final last year in Hawaii on 90 swings.
That's incredible. That was a 4-set match, too.
His arm actually fell off after that, I heard. They had to retape it.
Serve goes just long. Missed it by a hair. And we're tied at 3.
Let's see if the same generosity to middle attacks goes to Nainoa Frank as well. He just came into the ball game. There's a serve that just went out. Close.
Yeah, I don't know if we can say that with definity based on that replay. Here's Faye against a triple block. Diving save, Powell over the net. Faye with the free swing. And he gets the point for Hawaii. And they jump ahead 4-3. 16 kills for Kupono Faye. How about the production that the junior out of Punahou's put together tonight?
He's been hitting over 300 all night long. That one puts him at 281 on the night.
Outside set, DeLion goes hard angling in, and we're tied again. A race to 15 here in set number 5.
Teams will switch as soon as the one team reaches 8 first. What a night Rocky DeLion has had.
Here's Zarkovich from the back row, dug up by Iglesias. So Enriquez sets up Powell, triple block up, and they have it covered.
Well, after getting outblocked all night long by the Lancers, Hawaii finally picks up a crucial block here in the 5th set to give them their 5th point.
Substitution here as Franciscovich comes in for Worsley. Served by Von Tilburg. Backside set, that's DeLion. And he completes the play. He's got 19 kills, Chris.
Serve just a little bit too easy, allowed Emmett Enriquez to pass the ball right up to the center. And the Lancers could run a fast offense with 4 different attackers, making it very tough on Hawaii's defense.
DeLion with the serve into the net. And that's a pretty big mistake here at this juncture of the match.
He was taking a chance, and he knows that what's gotten them to have a lot of success tonight is putting Hawaii in passing trouble. So they're taking a lot of chances behind the service line. It's a little bit more risky in set number 5.
Faye with the soft serve. Overpass, Zarkovich puts it down. It's a net violation called against Cal Baptist. Point for Hawaii, and they're up 7-5. If you're wondering who may have the edge in a 5-set match, how about this? Both teams this year 3-1 in 5-setters. Here's Powell. The block was up, and the roof is down. Nainoa Frank with the denial. Hawaii hits 8 first, and they will swap sides.
Amazing how there's been a turn of events where Cal Baptist's block all night long has been the dominating force, especially in the 3rd and 4th sets. And all of a sudden now, Hawaii's block shows up out of nowhere. They said, hey, we want in the block party too.
2.5 blocks in this 5th set for the Rainbow Warriors. A timeout on the floor. Hawaii up 3 in the 5th. Career evening for Siki Zarkovich. Career high 27 kills and counting. On 54 attempts, he's hitting .389. Hawaii by 3 in the 5th set as we rejoin live action here. And it is Stein Von Tilburg with the swing. Cal Baptist in transition. Paulos is dug up. Now Zarkovich, another swing over the triple block. Pancake save Enriquez. Paulos touches it over. Here's Zarkovich, low set, couldn't do anything with it. Lancers go to Paulos again, and he's blocked by Franciscovich.
The block once again. Hawaii's biggest weapon here in the 5th set.
The roof is on fire here for Hawaii in the 5th, and it is a 4-0 run for the Rainbow Warriors. Lancers get it across. Legally done. Zarkovic, though, proclaims that effort for naught as he goes off the block and down. Hawaii has Cal Baptist doubled up in this 5th set. Welcome back. So a career high 28 kills for Siki Zarkovic on a career high 57 attacks. Kupono Fei has 16 kills for Hawaii, tying the career high with 12 digs. Out of the timeout. Hawaii in control here. Bump set. Kanetake to Zarkovic. Goes high hand. Saved by Enriquez. Back row set. It's DeLion. And it'll be a point for Hawaii as he hit it into the net. And the Rainbow Warriors have the scoop on Cal Baptist by a half dozen here in the 5th, Chris.
And in case you just joined us, Hawaii hitting 364 to Cal Baptist 091 in this set. Hawaii siding out at 83%, Cal Baptist 44.
Follows from the outside. Two-hand save, Kanetake. Here's Zarkovic against a triple block. Good scramble play by Cal Baptist. And DeLion is dug up by Fei. Zarkovic. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. Point for Hawaii.
Once again, Kanetake, a magician with the bump set. From 35 feet away, puts it right where Zarkovic gets a good swing. High hands, catches the touch.
Making a career high in digs for Kupono Fei. He's got 13. As Jackson Burge says, dig that. And the Lancers get the side and the point.
Hawaii with 4 blocks to 1 over the Lancers here in the 3rd set after getting out-blocked by 2-1 all night long.
Here's Burge. And it's a service error at about the most inopportune time for Cal Baptist. Hawaii had Aloha ball in the 3rd for the match 3 different times. Couldn't put the Lancers down. Cal Baptist ends up turning this match around, forcing a 5th. But Hawaii, who had the wheels spinning, finally gaining some traction again here in the 5th. And Brett Rosenmeyer with the serve tickles the tape. Middle set, it's Garcia, and of course, it's a kill. 13 kills for him on 22 swings.
Henrik Moll turns around and curses something in Norwegian. I'm not sure what it was, but he's so frustrated going up against Garcia, who is just flawless at that. He just has so many ways to put the ball down. No wonder he's one of the top hitters in the country for kill percentage.
Roy Powell. 7 serving 13. Here's Zarkovic, little stutter step approach, pinballed around on the Lancers side. The Lion's going to have to get it over. He does. Free chance for Hawaii. Franciscovic to Zarkovic. Roofed. And it's Garcia pound in the chest in enthusiasm after that stuff.
Nice little play call in transition. I like the way they set this ball inside, away from the outside blocker, but unfortunately, Cal Baptist was in a bunch read, so the outside blocker was bunched in tight to the middle blocker, and Siki still had to face 2 blockers despite the trick set.
8 serving 13. Here's Powell. Pass by Kanetake. Puts it on the button. Here's Zarkovic. Rolling shot dug up by Enriquez. It's Palos. And Siki Zarkovic says, ole. And that will bring about Aloha ball here in the 5th.
Hawaii's block has just come alive. Block number 5, just in the 5th set.
So they rise here at the Stan Sheriff Center. They did this towards the end of set number 3. Hawaii couldn't finish the deal. Can they do it here in the 5th? Middle set, Garcia blocked by Moll. Outside set, it's Palos against a double block. Right there is Kanetake. It goes back over the net. Garcia blocked by Moll, but it goes out beyond the end line.
The good news for Moll is he touched 2 balls that time. He hasn't touched the ball in about an hour trying to block Garcia.
Palos with the serve into the net. And an anticlimactic finish to an otherwise drama-ridden match here at the Stan Sheriff Center. The Rainbow Warriors avoid the reverse sweep, if you will. And they're able to take it in 5 sets against Cal Baptist.
I think Hawaii answered some questions by the way they played the first 2 sets. Actually, I should say the first 2 and 7/8 sets. But they bounced back from a disappointing Santa Barbara weekend. And then all of a sudden, here comes Cal Baptist, who's got a lot to play for. They're trying to win at least 1 match this weekend to get into the playoffs. And they came roaring back. And you got to credit Hawaii for getting their block together in that 5th set especially to shut down the Lancers.
On senior weekend, the senior Ziki Zarkovic goes for 29 kills, 63 attempts, both career highs for him. He hits 349. The players of the match presented by Bank of Hawaii. Rocky DeLion leading the way for Cal Baptist, also a senior from the island of Maui. 19 kills, hitting 405, 7 blocks and 4 digs. And there you go, the stat line for Ziki Zarkovic, Chris.
We're just told that 29 kills is the most by any MPSF player this year. That's a lot of kills.
And Charlie Wade was talking prior to the match, and he was saying it just sort of seems like Ziki Zarkovic is that guy trying to make the most of his last opportunity, trying to get it all in here before the deadline, like the student who's studying for a final exam, trying to cram all of the information at the last minute. Ziki Zarkovic trying to make this senior weekend memorable. Certainly in the amuse-bouche to senior night, if you will, he did.
Last weekend, he only had 6 kills all weekend. Tonight, 29 in 1 night.
Charlie Wade is with Scott Robbs.
All right, Coach, I know you're happy. Congratulations. You got the win. Made it probably a little bit more interesting than it probably should have been.
Yeah, and we really thought those first 2 sets were easier than what we anticipated. Hats off to Cal Bap. You know, they battled. They got their offense rolling. We couldn't stop number 20. I mean, they just kept pumping balls to them, and then it opened up for the pin. So that's life in the MPSF. You know, it's never, you're not thinking you're going to go out and go 3-0 too many times. So proud of the way the guys battled back. You know, Stein's got some kind of arm issue going, and he came to me before the match and tried it. So obviously that kind of got us off our rhythm a little bit offensively. But like I said, another win. It's proud of the guys the way they battled back.
I know you want to play well getting ready for the postseason, but was it kind of a hard sell this weekend in the gym because you guys won't move up or down in the conference seedings?
Yeah, not really. I mean, the guys understand, you know, that again, we want to be playing with win, and you're not going to just flip the switch, if you kind of lay an egg this weekend. So we've been a bit inconsistent. I mean, let's just call it what it is. You know, I think we've been productive, and I think at times we've been inconsistent, and we're still evolving, which to me means we're still getting better. I mean, you see some stuff we're working on, and guys are working hard at practice and getting better, and hopefully our best volleyball's in front of us.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you a lot.
Good on, back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Charlie Wade talking prior to the match saying that he thought yesterday's practice by Ziki Zarkovic was maybe his most impressive. He said, I didn't even really want to talk to him after the practice. He says, oftentimes if an individual has a standout performance in a workout or a practice, Charlie would like to maybe give him a call after or just flash him a text saying, hey, good job. He said, I didn't even want to talk to him. It was almost like a pitcher in the middle of a no-hitter. Just didn't want to call attention to it. And as it turned out, that was a prelude to some brilliance that was on display from Ziki Zarkovic here tonight.
Ziki brought all of his tools tonight. Even his blocks at the end there in the 5th set was marvelous. His digging in the back row, he passed well. I mean, he really had the total all-around game that we're used to seeing. And I think the most impressive part was how he bounced back from the disappointing Santa Barbara weekend where he only had 6 kills all weekend, hit negative against Santa Barbara. Here he comes out tonight and more kills than any other MPSF player has been able to do this year. 29. Amazing.
Amazing. Hawaii improves to 15-11, now 10-11 in the MPSF, and there is a group of UC Irvine Anteaters very happy about this one. The ball is in their court, if you will. They now are in control of their postseason destiny. The rematch here tomorrow night, and it will be senior night. And, of course, here in Hawaii, we do senior night like nobody else.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great one. I think Hawaii, I cannot see Hawaii letting down tomorrow night, despite the fact it means nothing as far as the league standings go. I think that they do realize they want to continue the momentum into the postseason. And as Charlie said, don't lay an egg this weekend.
Well, if this is any indication of what we're looking at, we've now had 3 straight 5-setters here in the Stan Sheriff Center. And Hawaii, for what it's worth, now 4-1 in 5-set matches on the season. That's saying something. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Don't forget about the post-game show. But for now, for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Hawaii wins a 5-set thriller. Aloha.